We're back with another episode of the Great Minds Think Alike live stream brought to you by GMTA Media. And we're your hosts, Young Nove and my brother Orlito. What's the good word, my brother?
What's going on, man? What's happening with everybody out there?
What's been new with you, man? What you been cooking up, man? Talk to us, man. For those that do follow GMTA Media, we premiered a new show last week, and my bro hosted. So tell us more about your new show and tell us how your first episode went.
So those that don't know or haven't checked out the episode yet, we got some new show called Panorama, where I pretty much just dive into. We'll have a special guest, a surprise special guest, pretty much for the most part, and then pretty much we just dive into conversation. You know what I'm saying? Get to know him, like for people that obviously the audience or even people that might know him, but or know the person that's being interviewed or whatnot. But a lot of the time, what I'm kind of shooting for is like to kind of get individuals that be like got shit going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mean that in the wrong way, but that active and shit, like they doing something, because then we could find out what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the time, sometimes I feel that certain shit kind of might get lost in. I call it lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Where and I feel like certain people deserve to be highlighted. You know what I'm saying, around the city. And that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna end up picking random people that I feel has been putting in work in the city. That maybe I feel maybe are kind of underappreciated, or people don't really know, what they really be doing, the hard grinding and shit like that. But I be seeing, certain people that I see, they're always doing something. They're always either doing a show, or they're always making some beats, or they're always, what I'm saying, they're always active. So I just want to shine the light on those individuals and get into like a deep conversation with them and really see what they're about.
Yeah, congratulations first and foremost. I enjoyed watching it.
Thank you, bro.
Rich P was a great guest for the premiere episode.
Absolutely.
And for those who are tuning in, you can check it out on the Great Minds Think Alike Facebook page and YouTube page and Twitch page. And while y'all at it, give us a like, subscribe, and share our shit. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. So before we get into some news and stories, I want a quick shout out Joy D, OMJ for OMJ Media. If you're looking for videos, pictures, anything to do with a camera, hit up Joy D, OMJ Media. Congratulations, bro, on acquiring the crib. Salute. Talk about goals.
Nice. Salute.
And I don't know what's going on, but I am aware Blocka, Milwaukee artist Blocka, I don't know what's going on, but everybody's wishing them well, and we as well. We wish you the best, Blocka, whatever you're going through. I hope you pull through this, brother, and hope you have a speedy recovery as well. Godspeed, bro.
Sending positive vibes and positive energy. And healing energy.
So let's check out who touched down right quick. That segment was dope, Orlito. Shout out Joy D, bro.
Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I'm gonna have you on one of those eventually, bro, because you're a hardworking individual too.
Facts. That's a jack of all trades right there.
Yeah.
So we got that out the way. Let's get into some music news and stories. first and foremost, I challenge the community to challenge me to stop saying I call myself saying a lot. Like
I'll
so
probably
I'm
do the
trying to
same
stop
thing.
so I'm gonna try to stop that, y'all. That's one of my challenges. So anyhow, music, news, and stories. Yellow BZ, this is breaking. Yellow BZ gets arrested in connection with Mo3's death. For those who's familiar with the Dallas, Texas music scene, there was a beef brewing between both of those camps for a minute, and it ultimately resulted in the death of Mo3, a very talented artist out of Dallas. And there we go again. And he got arrested. He gets arrested today in connection with that. So yeah, man. There we go again. Oh,
There we go again. No, I mean, hey, that's
hey,
what you would call that's the comma. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Comma.
I need a new comma. I need a new comma. So Yellow BZ gets arrested, and I think it's unfortunate because these they young, man. They're all young. I think Mo3 was like, if I'm not mistaken, like 25, 26. So I'm sure
hmm
they, young, and to throw your life away over a rat beef, that's something else. I can understand street beef, but rat beef is something else, man. Any
Yeah,
thoughts
it's
on that
crazy.
before we go move forward?
Shit, it's crazy. I guess that's just justice for all three. If that's what some people want to call it.
Yeah, I'm sure, his homies want that street justice, but I'm sure his mama want this kind of justice. I want you to
Right,
suffer.
right.
There we go. For the 7 people that's tuning in, as always, we appreciate you. Appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate the engagement when y'all comment. But could you please, if you are tuning in, let us know you in the building. Give us a like. Give us a share. Let us know you up in here. If you comment, GMTA, let us know you in the house. K Flock found not guilty of murder of Oscar Hernandez, but was found guilty of gun possession and RICO charges. Most likely facing 20 years. If convicted, he would have faced life. His sentence is July 16th. The kid caught a break.
hmm
They damn near had everything in their power to put him at the place of the crime, but in his favor, his attorney was able to have the judge allow some footage that showed it was in self-defense. So he was able to beat that murder rap, man. But his fate will be decided July 16th. For those who don't know, K Flock is a New York drill artist out of Bronx, New York. Everybody get in here with the RICO. Any thoughts on that before we move on, brother?
Nah, go ahead.
All right. We're gonna keep it going with the shits, man. TDE Top Dog Entertainment's J Rock detained by LAPD after trying to flee a traffic stop. They allegedly found a firearm in the car.
Damn.
Yeah, tough break, man. Tough break for J Rock. One of my favorites out the West Coast, actually. So let's keep it West Coast. But before we do, we got comments right quick. Crazy. I just hit David Miranda about the Mo3 news. Who's David Miranda? Not just playing. Shout out Joey D. That's my brother. But if y'all don't know, I'm David Miranda, y'all. Yeah, Joey, I was with Orly. We're prepping to go live, and as soon as I jump on the book, I seen that, man. I seen the news, breaking news, man. So let's keep it West Coast, and this is what happened.
Mm.
Big U and members of the Rolling 60s have been indicted. Loose Cannon, Brick Baby, Big U, among 18 charges range from robberies, extortion, human trafficking, and murder. Big U is considered he was considered a fugitive, but he turned himself in last night. Stands accused of shooting a rapper in the face and leaving him in a desert in Vegas. Those are the members that have been indicted.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Talking about checking in, extortion to the highest form, and it came back to bite him in the ass. Any thoughts on this
Mm.
breaking news?
Um, about time. No, no, no. Yeah, man. Shit. Uh, you can't, you can't, you can't go around doing snake shit. You know, there's a such thing called karma.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. So,
So as far as the extortion goes, some those athletes extorted were Shaquille O'Neal, Jermon Green. Um, an interesting note that came up in the paperwork is it was said that Adrian Broner, the boxer,
hmm
he hustled some NBA players. So it was a fixed dice game. And he came up $1.5 million. When Big U found out about this, Big U pressed them, got all them athletes their money back, and said, if next time you don't check in, I'm gonna fuck you up. So that was something interesting I read
damn.
in that paperwork. And that paperwork is available online. You can find it online. But there we have it. Big U, Baby, Loose Cannon. Well, Big U was more on the low, where Loose Cannon and Brick Baby were frequent hosts or visitors at No Jumper, and they would tell their stories like a motherfucker, and it caught up to them, man.
hmm
You know,
What happens?
this just some advice. If you're gonna do crimes, the number one priority is not to get caught. So if you commit crimes to get caught, man, just get out the game, dumbass. So let's keep going. We're gonna go fly out to the East Coast. Appreciate all the likes so far. Tony Busby is no longer presenting a case against Diddy New York. The controversial attorney left New York-based legal struggle after U.S. District Judge Ronnie Abrams highlighted that he was prohibited from practicing in Southern District of New York. That's what you get, motherfucker. Keep filing the false accusations and claims, man. Jay
hmm
Z, Jay Z didn't lie when he said he's gonna wreck that boy's life, and yeah, he so far that's what it is. Let's move on down to the south. Now we got some good news. Oh, by the way, last week we did an episode called "Locked Up," and so far we been talking about that's basically what we've been doing today is how you say from piggybacking off last week episode because everything we're talking about is locked up. But
hmm
Pooh Shiesty reportedly has been released from prison and moved to a halfway house. Shiesty was sentenced to a 5-year bid back in 2022. Great news for the guy from Memphis, Tennessee. What's your thoughts on that, Orlito?
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that was pretty dope. Yeah, we was actually talking about that, like you said, on the episode prior.
Yeah, man. Pooh Shiesty was one of them dudes I did like. He just so happened to blow up when the world was shut down. So him and a lot of artists wasn't able to capitalize off the momentum they had because the world was shut down. So I would like to see how you say pick up if he could pick up where he left off from. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We'll continue with some more good news. NBA YoungBoy has a release date of April 26, 2025. That's another guy. I'm not a fan of his. I never got into his music, but I know he got the
Yeah,
world,
yeah.
got the youngins. And that's another dude that wasn't able to capitalize off his momentum because either it was the world was shut down or he was in jail
Yeah,
or
he
he
was
was on
getting locked up. Yeah.
or house arrest. So hopefully the two names we named, Pooh Shiesty and NBA YoungBoy, has found some sort of maturity in there so where they could come out and actually benefit off their art, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Off their work. Joey D, you still up in here, bro? If you is, let me know. Comment right quick. I want to holler
Yeah,
at you about something.
I think he is.
So Kanye, before I get into Kanye news, I would just want to show y'all or tell y'all or prove to y'all how unbiased I could be towards my favorite artist. For a lot of weeks, I've been campaigning. Man, I hope Kanye could turn it around. I hope Kanye could pull it off. I hope he could.
Mm-hmm.
I have. But the last 3 weeks have been hard for me to argue the point or even listen to some of his music. And that's one thing about me is once I feel a certain way, and I can't dig your music the same. It's bad, all
Right.
bad, and I'm starting to get there with Kanye. He really went the fuck off these last 2 weeks, and I don't know, man. I don't have no words to describe his antics. I don't know if it's a medical illness. I don't know if he's bored. I don't know if he's jealous. I don't have the diagnosis or the symptoms or whatnot.
Right. Right.
But I will say on this platform, on our platform, Kanye better turn it around for the sake of himself and the sake of me, because I am a big Kanye fan. But I'm in a minute. Well, how you say shelf film or some shit like that,
Yeah. Yeah. In the shuffle.
So I say that to say this. I say that to say this. If you hear me bash one of y'all favorite artists, don't feel bad because I do the same to mine. So Kanye is a prime example, and I'm gonna state this now. Kanye, please turn it around. Please, please turn it around for the sake of yourself, for your children, for your legacy, bro. You got a great legacy, and I would hate for it to be tarnished not by your music, but just by your antics. So let's get into some Kanye shit, right? So Kanye
Yeah.
West Kanye West recently found out Kim Kardashian owns Northwest name, likeness, trademark. They feud as he drops a new song featuring his daughter, Sean Diddy Combs' son, and P. Diddy himself. Ye says him and Playboi Carti album no longer happening, signing off by Carti's actual twin. That's a play off, obviously, Kendrick calling Carti his twin.
Yeah.
Kanye snaps at Cardi for not putting him on the album, but asking Kim if North could get on the track. Kanye West comments on Kendrick Lamar's contribution to the I Am Music project, talking about I don't like Kendrick music. He raps very good, but I didn't need to hear him on Cardi album. Then he proceeds to
Oh
beg K
boy.
Dot. Then he proceeds to beg K Dot to diss him and says he hates not like us. We're almost done. He blasts Future saying he's washed. We're almost done. He blasts Future, says he's washed, and also shits on him and Metro for not releasing the Like That remix after they asked him to be on it. Right? He disses Tyler the Creator. He says fuck Jim Jones after hanging with Jim Jones and wearing the Dipset chain. But here's where things get ugly and go to
Yeah.
the left.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So Kanye West finds
Broke the
himself.
golden rule.
Yeah. he found himself disrespecting Jay-Z and Beyonce's children.
Yeah.
And that's where I drew the line. The rants, motherfuckers say what they say, but when you get the kids involved, yeah, Kanye, I don't know what the hell is going on with you. So that's about probably like 25% of what happened with Kanye this week. I didn't have enough time to put it all together, right? But I just wanted to touch on that shit because, like, we've been talking about Kanye the last few weeks, and I'm just getting to the point where I want to be talking about Kanye's music and his legacy, not his antics. And his antics is about to like kill any chance of me even considering speaking about him anymore. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
with that being said,
Fucking up.
you don't disrespect Jay-Z and Beyonce's children. You don't disrespect no children, bro. And
Yeah.
that's why,
That's fucked
and
up.
that's why you feel the way you feel about your children, that they don't even want to fuck with you no more. You know how you say Orly karma?
Mm-hmm.
Karma. So yeah, that wraps up Kanye news. Let me check out some comments right quick.
In Kanye news.
Tegan Bermudez Evie. Cardi album was mid for about the time he made his fans wait for real. Appreciate you, Tegan,
Yeah.
for the comment and tuning in. And if you can
Shout
hang
out
around,
Tegan.
we'll be talking about Cardi in about 4 minutes, and I would like to hear your input on that album, but more because I'm about to say some stuff that I probably piss off some Cardi fans. What up, Reno the Dome? Love,
Shout out
bro.
Reno. Shout out.
For sure. Kanye has been off one for a while now. Yeah, it's just getting uglier,
Facts. Yeah. Shout out
uglier.
Tegan.
All right. So let's get into some more news. That wraps up the Kanye news. You know what I'm saying? Joseph Strange have been charged by the FBI for stealing and selling Eminem's unreleased music for $50,000 and could possibly face 10 years in prison.
Ooh.
UMG has filed a motion to dismiss Drake's defamation lawsuit, arguing that he willingly engaged in a rap battle widely considered a loss. Instead of accepting the loss like the unbothered rap artist he often claims to be, he has sued his own record label in a misguided attempt to solve the wounds.
Oh, Drake.
UMG has asked a federal judge to stop all discoveries in the case, which includes a demand for all contracts between Kendrick Lamar and UMG, as well as compensations, incentives, salaries, and bonuses for Interscope Records' John Janik and other executives. Okay, you want to find out if there's bots. You want to find out motherfuckers, put the system on you, right? I get it. But who the fuck you think you are asking to see another man's contract and what the fuck he gets paid? What's your thoughts on that, bro? Pocket watching.
Pocket watching,
Oh,
yeah. One thing that is kind of like the Drake is kind of making like the narrative is like, he's making that like the narrative, but I feel like he wasn't complaining when they was doing it for him.
but let me ask you a question since we basically followed Drake's career, right? Um, do you think if this battle, if he would have won it, like popular vote, if he would have won this battle, and even if Kendrick Lamar did say that PDF shit, you think we would have had this lawsuit?
If Kendrick would have said that, you said
No, okay, let's
if he
say
wouldn't have.
no, let's say everything how it just happened, but let's say we all consider Drake the winner of this, right? Like Drake won this battle, this and that. You think
Does
there's
he
a
still
lawsuit?
sue Kendrick?
Yeah. Or you gonna take
Nah,
from the
nah. I don't think so. I think he doing it because he lost, because he's salty. He doesn't know what else to do. But it's just a weird. I mean, I got a question for you. How about this one? And this is a question that or this is a topic that me and my girl ended up actually having. Where do you think that this moment, this Kendrick moment, is gonna be the highest point of his career? Do you think he's gonna get any higher than this?
we will get to that because I have some news that I don't think I don't think I think it's there's one thing's gonna happen that's gonna be bigger. I think Kendrick, as far as album sales, he had bigger sales. Damn is his biggest album to date, right? But I think
Mm-hmm.
what happened is what he's doing, bro. He's working. He's actually outside working. He's outside. He's doing all these performances. Dropped that album. He's getting ready to embark on tour. He did the Super Bowl. So his presence, I would say, this is the most impactful year because he's outside, right? But if you go look up for the Damn, that was his biggest album. He went on tour right after that, was a big ass fucking tour. So as far as generating money, I don't see this topping that, but I see this topping any moment for him as far as visibility. You feel me? He's more outside. So it's on Kendrick. But I think there is one more event that's gonna solidify him, and we're gonna get to that in a second. But that's a great topic too. Let's keep it UMG. Iggy Azalea says UMG owes her millions in royalty, but or offered her 18K to settle. So we got Drake fighting a battle, right, in court for all the wrong reasons, and we got this woman who basically say these motherfuckers owe me millions, and they try to offer me 18K. And
Right.
she ain't in court
That's
with UMG.
that's crazy. That's insulting.
Fucking Iggy. I remember she was signed with Ti, but if you
Yep.
was to say life or death, if you was to say life or death, name an Iggy song, I'd die.
The only one I could think of is the isn't that the first class song?
Well,
Oh,
you
that's
live.
that's not her.
Well, you live. You named one. I
No, I don't even think it is. I might be wrong. That might be that other girl, Fergie or whatever her name is. I don't even know.
What up, Nick?
What up? What
Part of
up, Nick Daniels?
the GMTA family for sure. Um, Drake's narrative is it okay to be a sucker? Yeah, I'm mad. Yeah,
Yep,
man.
that's his narrative. It's
That's
okay to be
Karen.
the sucker.
That's not Aubrey. That's Karen Graham.
That's the villain of the year. It's okay to be the sucker. Dun, 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 dun. Sucker, sucker ass ninja. Dun, 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 dun.
hey, hey, Nick. We covered a few things. I don't know if you were tapped in with us, but we talked about the Rolling 60s indictment. And I know next week you're going to be a guest with us. You're going to be a guest with us for the Nipsey Hussle episode. What's your thoughts on that Rolling 60 indictment with Big U, Brick Baby, Loose Cannon? And do you think as this RICO unveils, you think somehow, some way that Nipsey Hussle murder will be implicated in this? Let us know your thoughts, Nick.
Mm.
Karen Graham. Yeah, he's Karen Graham for sure. He's like, man, hey, but you notice though, man, like he's trying to change the game in like the unorthodox way. You first when you engage with Pusha T, you're gonna say what people couldn't say in a diss song. Then in this battle, you going straight to court. Like
hmm Yeah. That
Yeah,
just
man.
goes to show that, yeah.
I don't know, man. My thoughts on, well, you know what? We always cover bits and pieces on that. I think soon we're gonna just, matter of fact, let's say not like us anniversary. We're gonna cover that whole shit. We're gonna cover it all. It'll be like June, I think. No, it was like May. So in May, we're gonna revisit everything. We're just gonna just uh, dedicate a whole episode just to Kendrick and Drake and this whole fucking lawsuit and get it out our way. Because I think we always talked in bits and pieces, never really covered it like that. But what's your thought? What, Orly? So one more question before we move on. Okay, I do you think outside of what he's doing right now, you think he could be able to maintain this trajectory, or you think he's gonna go in a slump, Kendrick? I think he froze up, bro. Yep. Orlito, give us a second. I think my bro froze up. He'll be, yep, there we go. He'll be right back with us. Until then, I see there's 8 people tuning in. Appreciate you as always. If you haven't, give us a like. Let us know you here. Comment. Let us know you in the house. Wipe your feet at the door, as they say. Um, while my bro get back, let me check out the comments. Give me 1 second. I'm late tapping in, bro, but I got all my theories. But okay, hold on a second. Let me get Orly back up in here right quick.
Yeah, my fault, bro. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, damn, I forgot what I. Oh, okay. Before we move on, I asked you, do you think Kendrick Lamar is able to sustain this momentum, or you think it's gonna go in a slump?
Man, that's a good question. Seeing that, I don't want to say too much because we're going to talk a little bit about somebody later, but he was on that album, the Cardi album, and I heard that him and some other dude, I forgot the other guy's name, had some production, executive producing some shit on Cardi's album. So maybe he will, his name is buzzing. So, that's what I heard tied to the Cardi album. That's why I wanted to check it out. I haven't got to check the whole thing out, just maybe like a few previews of a few songs.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna talk more about it. I'm late
What do you
tapping
think?
in,
You
bro.
think he keep the momentum?
I think so. I think he's outside, bro. I think he's outside now. Um, I'm late tapping in, bro, but I got all my theories. But I do believe Nip's death pushed the feds to do what they're doing. Big U had Nip killed.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the theories for sure. When you see the history and Fats being killed, Nip was definitely what's next. Hmm. We're about to find out. The Rolling 60s again been indicted.
Yeah,
So
that's
let's move
crazy.
on right quick and appreciate that, Nick. Again, Nick is part of the GMTA community, part of the family, and next week he will be a special guest on the Great Minds Think Alike live stream. And I look
Yep.
forward to that.
Can't wait to have. Yep, I do too.
So Biggie's estate reaches a deal to sell his masters and publishing rights for an
Hmm.
estimated price of 200 million. Um,
Hmm.
I'm gonna dig more deeper into it. But if I'm not mistaken, I heard Gene Deal mention that somehow, some way, some Diddy affiliates are part of this play. And I don't even believe that none of Biggie's children are gonna be able to eat off of this. So
Damn.
I'm gonna look more into that. If that's the case, man, yeah, that's fucking crazy. So 2 weeks ago, I think, or at the beginning, we did the Biggie Smalls anniversary. Not yeah, his passing anniversary, and we revisited his catalog. And us two and Nick as well, we gave Life After Death 5 a point out of our point system. I want to show you some that popped up. An original track list for Biggie's Life After Death album have surfaced. Unreleased songs and appearances revealed, posted by Instagram page 92 Bricks. At the January 27 listening party for Biggie's Life After Death album, 28 tracks were played for invitees, 9 of which have not been heard by the public and remain unreleased. So,
Mm, that's wild.
so 9, right? And I was going through these, and maybe I'm gonna put it back up. Maybe, yeah, I'll put it back up right quick. Right? So there's one in specific. Let me find it. Track number 4, Once Upon a Time, featuring Fat Joe. That actually, because Fat Joe's known to like exaggerate shit. But after seeing that track list, yeah, so there actually might be a little EP out there with Fat Joe and Biggie Smalls, because he always said he had a joint project with Biggie out there recorded and it was thrown in the
Yeah.
vault. Um, we're gonna revisit that track list next week because we're gonna break down what songs are what. Because if y'all notice, the songs didn't really have like the Bone track says the Bone song. It didn't even was not titled Notorious Thugs yet.
Right.
So we're gonna try to find out what songs are what and see them 9 other songs if we could try to find them in on the YouTube. Or like they gotta be out there. They gotta be out there. Cause
Yeah, everything's on YouTube.
the duets, when they dropped the duets, there was all released verses, right? So if you're telling
Hmm.
me they had 9 songs, why you didn't give us that instead?
Right, right, right.
You
Yeah, that
know,
is a good question, right? Why wouldn't you?
and then also I noticed Life After Death was also called Life After Death to Death Do Us. Till Death Do Us.
Mm.
All right, man. Let me keep going right quick. Um, oh yeah, here we go. This is what I have for you, Orly. Let's talk about it. The final
Mm.
lineup for the Dreamville Fest has been released. April 5th, Lil Wayne with the Hot Boys and Big Timers, Manny Fresh and Birdman will be headlining. April 6th, 21 Savage, Party Next Door, Ludacris, Ari Lennox, Chief Keef, Keisha Cole, Bass, Young Nudie, Ab Soul, Luke, Omen, Kai Cash, and Nico Brim. Then April 7th, J. Cole, Erica Badu, Thames, Glorilla, J.I.D., Wale, Coco Jones, Big X The Plug, Earth Gang, Alicia
Okay.
Cos, and IKEA.
Damn.
The final fucking Dreamville Fest gonna be lit. What's your thoughts on the final first off the lineup?
Yeah, that shit's pretty dope, bro. I like it.
Yeah, man, I like the April 7th one's pretty. That Glorilla, Wale, Erica
Hmm.
Badu, which we're about to talk about in a minute. Yeah, that was a sick. That was sick. That was a sick lineup. It's crazy though. Like I think that could be something he could like. Even if he wants to be done with music, I think that's something he could run forever. That Dreamville Fest. You know what I mean? He could
Right.
really make it an annual thing. But shout out to J Cole, man. That's an impressive lineup. I wish I was in fucking North Carolina. I surely would have went out there. So
Yeah.
we talked about it. Can it get bigger for Kendrick Lamar? And I say yes. Um, he's gonna go on tour starting, I think, the end of next month of April, I believe, and that's gonna run
Hmm.
throughout the summer. So we're in 2025. Right now, he's battling Playboi Carti for the number one spot because Luther's number one song in the world.
Hmm.
GNX came out last, I think, November, and since the Super Bowl, it went back to number one on the billboards. Do we get another Kendrick Lamar project? I don't know, but the news is the 2028 Olympics will be held in Los Angeles, California, and according to Casey Weiserman, who is a part of the committee who organized the event, has stated interest of Kendrick Lamar involved in some capacity at the event.
Damn.
So now let's talk. The Super Bowl is the American biggest platform, and now we got the Olympics that is like the world is going to be watching. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So 2028, that's the Olympics. We're in 2025. We're looking 3 years ahead. That's why I say, can he sustain it? All he got to do is drop one more project before then, and then he could cap off his career right there, bro. If there's a perfect
Hmm.
way to retire,
Right.
bro, let's be real. Let's be honest. Who really has retired like damn near unscathed, bro? Outside of Mr. Morel and the Big Steppers, he got a can't miss catalog. You feel me?
Hmm.
And he every time he's outside, he like we talk, he create moments. We're gonna remember certain things
Hmm.
because of the moments.
Right.
Me personally, I don't know if that's the plan, but I say shit. What better way to end your career on a stellar note at the Olympics? This is it. This is
Right.
my
Yeah,
last
that's
performance.
wild, son. I mean, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Shit. It all makes sense.
I
It all's
haven't
put
seen one
together
project.
almost like strategically, like almost like a freaking like a check, like checkmate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That's crazy. When I heard the news, I was like, that's dope. Then I thought about it. I'm like, man, that's 3 more years. And that's why I asked you when you asked me that about this being the biggest moment. I'm like, I think there's a one bigger moment, which is that, but I'm wondering, can he sustain the momentum going into that? And then when I think
Right.
right now, I'm like, man, what better way to end your career? But speaking of Kendrick, we ain't gonna get into it too much, but I think today or tomorrow will be the 1 year anniversary of Like That, the Metro Boomin Future featuring Kendrick Lamar, and we already know what that did.
Wow.
Happy, what is it? Happy anniversary to that fucking song because it started everything. Orlito sent me this through the chat. Lil Durk announced Deep Thoughts will be dropping March 28th, which is tonight at midnight. Lil Durk is currently incarcerated, facing charges for murder for hire. One
Ouch.
thing I will say this, man. I don't know if Little Durk was a bad person behind the scenes to a lot of people, bro. But a lot of people that get locked up, you hear the whole industry scream free, free, free. There really hasn't been a free
Right.
Durk campaign at all like that. You know what I'm saying? Have you noticed that?
Not super hard, or maybe haven't publicized it, but I've seen a couple people that just had like the free Durk shirt on and shit like that. Maybe it was just maybe it was in the beginning, but not a lot. Yeah, but not a lot though. But I
I
don't
don't
know. Yeah,
I don't hear Thug screaming him, free
yeah. I
Thug.
was just about to say that. Like as far as that, yeah.
So that's crazy. Man, for anybody who's still tuning in, if you haven't, give us a like. Let us know you in the building, gang. Let's check out the
Right.
comment right quick. If Kendrick does the Olympic, he may be the best rapper alive based off the accomplishments two times Olympics. And let's not forget this song won a Grammy. Won 5 of them bitches. I
Hmm.
mean, look, man, I'm one of those guys that I do come from a different era of music. Where we do hold our favorites to a certain regards based off nostalgia. But I'm also not that old guy not to acknowledge if there's some special ones, and without a shadow of a doubt, Kendrick is one. Based off
Hmm.
what he has done, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. The guy really wasn't a consistent he wasn't consistent dropping music, but when he did drop music, it made people talk. Um,
Hmm.
his performances, he makes statements. Obviously, the Super Bowl was the biggest moment, but the BET Awards when he was in shackles and chains, and then the other one, his performance at the BET and the Grammys prior, unparalleled. It's a fucking movie watching him perform. Um,
The Super Bowl with him at with Dre.
no, I'm talking about even that. Yeah, that's true. Even his
Yeah,
moment there, he
bro
delivered
got
with the
two
message.
Super Bowls under his belt and shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So he's most definitely in consideration, without a doubt. I do. I put him in contention, and
Hell yeah.
he's most definitely in contention.
Freaking bot.
K bots. Oh shit. Man. So let's continue, man. We ain't gonna be here too long because we're gonna be prepping for some big shows next week. Again, for those who tuning in, next week we'll be talking about the late great Nipsey Hussle. The marathon will continue. And then also on the 30 years of his anniversary, we ain't forget you. We're gonna cover Easy E, the legendary Compton icon, Easy E. And
Let's
if you
go.
ask me, yeah, there was some artists, but really it was that man who put the West Coast on the map. He put Dre in position, put Cube in position. He comes from one of the greatest rap groups ever. Then he launched one of the great rap groups in Bone. We're gonna cover it all next week. Nipsey Hussle, West Coast, Easy E, West Coast. They
Hell
both of
yeah.
they death comes with a message. It do come with some, how they say, awareness. Nipsey
Hmm.
Hussle murdered in his backyard by people that maybe he thought he could trust. Easy E died
Hmm.
from AIDS, but both of them death raise awareness. So next week we're gonna talk about it. Tune in. Let's check out these comments and we continue. We ain't gonna be here too long.
Shout out Reno for the stars, bro. Appreciate you.
Facts. Love, brother. Hey man, Reno, we gonna have to get you back on here, bro. We most definitely gotta get you back on here because that Facebook gonna start deleting our shit. Now that we gonna be on YouTube, our shit gonna stay up. We gonna need you to get back with us, brother. Let's continue right quick. Matter of fact, not yet. I'm gonna pull this out real quick. Will Smith. Damn,
Salute, salute, Juice.
Oh, matter of fact, my bad, Reno. We appreciate the stars. I gotta somehow, some way, be able to see this on Facebook because I don't see when people show emojis or the stars. I'm not able to see that.
Mm.
Shout out Juice as well. Um, Will Smith announced first album in 28 years, titled based on a true story. Erica Badu, who will be on the J. Cole Dreamville Fest, is prepping for her first new album in 15 years. In an interview, she tells Billboard it will be produced entirely by The Alchemist, Orly.
Oh, nice. That's crazy because
Or,
we had, yeah, yeah.
hey, so let's talk about it a bit. The Alchemist, Two Chainz, Larry June project. I think J. Cole's in the lab cooking with him. Erica Badu. Is this the year that he breaks through? I mean, he's been legendary, but is this gonna be his shining year, his shining moment?
Has to. It has to be. It has to be.
Man,
I think,
go ahead.
yeah, I think, especially with everything that happened, he, you know, I think, I think that as long as he, uh, and I think this is like kind of what we talked about last time, as long as he kind of stays away from that narrative, because he already addressed it. You don't need to talk about it no more. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's been, it's like he buried the hatchet type shit. You know what I'm saying? So now he just got to continue doing his shit. And I think the best way, as well, we seen what Wiz been doing.
We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we seen what Wiz been doing. So I think something like that, because the game is changing. We can all agree that the game is not like, well, first off, it ain't the same how it used to be. We all know that. But as every day goes, just like everything else, it changes. Things that are evolving more and more and more. You know what I'm saying? Music is being more and more obtainable and oversaturated. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, look at, like we just said, Wiz is dropping damn near. He damn near dropped like fucking like 3 songs in a week. You know what I'm saying?
For the last
So
few weeks. For the last few weeks.
yeah, for the last few weeks he's been dropping, but like in this last past week, I think he dropped like 3 new songs.
The same like last week. He dropped two, but one of them was that double song, right? The one with
Yep,
him and
yep,
Shabby. Then the week prior to
yep,
that, he's been, and then he's on the Clouds
he-
remix with J. Cole. That
yep.
man has that man damn near as we get ready for the drop of Kush and OJ2, he damn near gave us a mixtape so far for us to hold this down to then. You know
No
what I mean?
bullshit. No bullshit.
But shout out to the Alchemist who I consider a dope producer. Him and Havoc, Rinsa, some of my favorite producers out the East Coast. And Havoc got his shine because he was there from the legendary group Mobb Deep. Um, RZA got his shine because he's there with the infamous legendary group Wu-Tang Clan.
Hmm.
Alchemist, the Alchemist has been doing his shit this year, and he's been cooking, and everybody's fucking with him this year. So shout
Yep.
out to the Alchemist.
Shout out to Alchemist for sure.
Let me check out a few more comments. Salute Juice. Gonna have to get you on here too, bro. I know you got your new business popping. Salute to you for that too. I think
Yeah,
he's
salute.
selling vacations or flights or something like that. See, that's how we need you on the show. Because if I'm wrong, you can correct
Yeah.
me. You see how I pulled that off, Orly? See, that's how you got to do it, bro. That's how you got to do it to get him on the show. Make a mistake, you got to come on here and correct it.
Beta me.
Right. All right, y'all. We gonna get into it. more music news. Albums. Playboi Carti, I Am Music to debut #1 on Billboard charts with over 250K first week. By tomorrow, maybe you'll be at 300K, but that's the number that is at around today. Um,
Mm.
I'm not surprised by that number. Well, I am kind of surprised actually. Because I heard a lot about this kid. Like Playboy Cardi is like he's that guy. Like a lot of kids think that's that guy. But when I see this number, which is impressive, he's coming in #1, and like you said, the game do change, right? But I thought he was
Hmm.
I thought he was for sure gonna do like some Travis Scott, Astro World numbers, type shit. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Considering,
Probably
consider.
wasn't received the way it was supposed to.
So
Like
I
probably like Tegan
yeah,
said, he made them wait so long for something that wasn't as that they didn't hold the weight. That they didn't hold the weight to the weight. I got bars too, man.
I'm telling you, you do got bars.
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't know I could do that, eh? Look at that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
man. No, I
that's
know
probably
they.
what ended up happening. I gotta check it out. I think the production was sounding straight. I know I heard the song, the preview of the song with the weekend. I think that song sounded pretty dope. And then there was another song like Backdoor or some song. I
That
thought I
one,
only like caught a preview of that one. I didn't get to listen to the whole thing. So
that's it. That's it for me.
that's it.
That was the
For
two songs.
oh, really, those were the two songs that stuck out to you.
No, actually, I
Okay.
don't like it. I don't like that shit at all, bro. Don't know. Them the only two songs I could find that I could
That
say,
you could find it, you could did like stood out
yeah.
through the album or whatever. Yeah.
I'm not gonna hate on him and say he's whack, but maybe I'm gonna come to a revelation for the people who's tuning in. Maybe I'll find out how old I am. Maybe I found out I'm old. Maybe that listening to that Cardi album made me realize I'm old. I don't know what it is, but I heard some kids, my bad, some young men his age bracket that I can dig, and we're gonna talk about some of them later. But I just couldn't get into Playboy
Hmm.
Cardi's music at all, bro. I seriously couldn't. But what I will do is give him a chance, and I'll go back to some of his back catalog to see if he always sounded like that, to see if it led up to this. And if he did always sound like that, chances I'm not gonna give him another chance. But if he did sounded different, maybe because a lot of artists, how you say, experiment with projects and shit like that. But
Hmm.
I don't know, 30 songs was too much for me, bro. Too much.
How much was it?
30 songs, bro.
Holy shit.
Yes. Yeah, bro. And you named the only two songs that I could personally say
Damn, I
I
didn't
could get.
know.
Yeah, bro,
I
30
didn't know it was
songs.
that many songs.
Fucked me up. So I'm sorry to the Cardi fans. I'm not gonna rate his album because it's not gonna be fair because it's not my kind of music. I only rate the ones that I fuck with and rate them unbiasedly, but I can't fuck with that
Right,
shit.
right.
But shout out to I but shout
That
out
nigga said
Playboy
I can't fuck with
Cardi.
this
Okay,
shit.
bro.
Oh man. I'm gonna have to check it out. I want to hear
Yeah, go
it.
ahead, bro. You're gonna have to try it
Yeah. If
out one
anybody
time,
listens to
bro.
the Cardi album, what do you feel about it? What are your favorite cuts? I want to check out some of the songs. Let me see. Yeah, that's crazy.
My bad, y'all. If I keep looking that way, it's because I'm used to having a different setup. So I got a different setup at the moment, so it's fucking me up. Um, anyhow, singles, Mo 3. We talked about it at the top of the show. Yellow Beezy arrested for the murder and connection of Mo 3. And then this just so happened, I was telling Orly when we heard the news, I heard a song called I Tried, Mo 3, I Tried. And it's a pretty dope song. It's a song released after his death. He died like about like 4 years ago, I believe. But
Yeah.
so by the way, that's the new releases we're about to drop on y'all. So check that out.
Yeah.
Big
Right.
Crit.
grab a pen, write these down or whatever, or you could go back and listen to them later
Yep.
here. But
For
yeah,
sure.
these are good songs that just came out. You know what I'm saying?
I heard a lot of songs. Some songs I'm not gonna throw on here, but Big Crit,
Right.
trademark skydiver, pushing buttons. Big Crit's another guy from that blog era. That blog era,
Mm-hmm.
to me, the last of that great era to me. And I mean, there has been greats from each era after, but not a whole class, like a whole generation, damn near. Like this whole generation of the
Mm-hmm.
blog era is still damn near doing their thing. And we will be talking
Yeah.
about that. Big Crit, like I said, Big Crit, trademark the skydiver, pushing buttons.
Last of a dying breed.
Yup. Coyote featuring Absol, running off fades. Absol 8 on that motherfucker. Check it out, y'all.
Running off eggs. Running off
Running
eggs.
fades. Running off
Not
Absol
this.
fucking 8 on that shit, bro. Without a doubt. Absol is one of my favorites. He's, if you remember when you said underground last week, and I said there is no
There ain't no.
underground type shit. But I
Yeah.
guess Absol could fit that demo type shit because out of all
Yeah.
TDE, you know, he's the least commercialized. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the word. There you go. It's not underground. Least
Non-commercialized.
commercialized.
There you go. We got a new word: non-commercialized or least commercialized.
Non-commercialized.
Then we
Man.
get a West Coast Ray Vaughn, who I'm big on. The reason I got put onto Ray Vaughn was Joy Badass. You know, when Joy Badass started the year off, he got some response, and Ray Vaughn was just one of them dudes that just came out and did his shit. So I just kept up with him. And you know, he just released another song called Flat Shasta. So y'all check that out. Check out Flat Shasta and Crash Out Heritage. I promise it won't disappoint you. Young Dolph, cousin Key Glock drops No Sweat. I haven't checked that out yet. Have you, Orly, at all?
No.
Okay. Another guy from the blog era, my boy Gangsta Gibbs, Freddie Gibbs drops another single this week. Nobody. I haven't checked that out,
Mm.
but he's been on the tear as well too.
Yeah, he has.
He's been on the tear as well too. Rich the Kid. I don't know, something about Rich the Kid, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of like some of his music, bro. Like he's
Yeah.
passable to me. He's passable to me.
Passable.
Rich the
Yeah.
Kid, digestible. Like you could like some of his shit I could dig. And Rich the Kid, Wake Him Up. He got his own sound. Like there was an era, and I think he's one of them. I think it's the SoundCloud era, probably. He's one of them dudes that is yeah, I
I
believe.
remember one of my favorite songs from Dude was that one song. I don't know if it was called New Freezer. New Freezer. Yeah, that
Bro,
shit goes so fucking crazy, bro. Man. That
that shit
one.
did go crazy.
There's another one too that I liked it a lot from Dude.
It's just, you know what's fucked up, that I believe his beef with Famous Dex. Man, my bad. Hold on. I'm gonna fix this, y'all. Give me a second. Give me 1 second, because I'm not gonna start looking. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Bada bam.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
There we go, man. I was
Son of a-
looking. Now I'm back to setup. So here we go. Let's keep going. Let's get to the boy Wiz. We were just talking about the run he's on. He's as he preps for Cushion OJ2. Um,
That Scarface, that's my shit.
that's what I was about to talk about. Wiz Khalifa and Chevy Woods. Um, Scarface. They did their shit.
Man.
That fucking
Hmm.
combination.
They
They like
snapped on that shit, bro. When the
they're
style
like
that
Styles.
came off too. Yeah,
They're
go
like
ahead.
Styles and Jada. They're like Styles and Jada. Go ahead.
Yeah, that yup, they was complimenting each other so fucking cold, bro. And uh That was like a straight, like a boom bap beat. You know what I'm saying? That
What?
shit, and that was going crazy.
Yeah,
Check that
Wiz
shit out. If y'all haven't heard that Scarface by Wiz and Chevy Woods, go check that out.
then he drops a single with Lil Tyler, Blindfold.
With Lil Tyler, I was just yep. We're gonna be talking about dude a little bit later.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
not a lot of him, but
Wiz Khalifa, man, another dude from that blog era. Every time one of these artists pop up, I'm gonna say that because we're gonna have a topic. I mean, episode on a whole bunch of them. We ain't gonna get in that in all of the careers, but we're gonna cover a lot of artists because there's a lot of great artists from that era, from that generation.
hmm
And speaking of which, the next two, Wale, Blanco, um,
yeah,
he's back, and if he can stay in his lane, Wale be Wale, I look forward to hearing another classic because he got like two of them to me. That for Lauren's dope to me. I Swear Vezo and Peasy featuring Big Sean Wharf something. I wanted to. You heard that at all?
I don't think I have.
All right, peep it, bro. I don't usually recommend dumper music or slap music, whatever they call that. Like I don't like
hmm
that sound, right? But the only reason I recommend this song because Big Sean, boy, his work on that shit, I ain't gonna lie. I think Big Sean needs to rap more on some Detroit type of beats. Big Sean did his fucking shit, bro.
Yeah,
Another dude from that blog era. Another dude from that blog era. So that wraps up the GMTA news, music, stories. Let us know what's your thoughts on all the what is it? The not the topics, yeah, the topics, I guess. Let us know what y'all thought on the subjects. I mean, let me check the comments before we go any further because we almost about to wrap up, y'all. About to wrap up. Almost Wale has a chance to have a good 2025. We'll see. Is about nothing is fire. Yeah, that and for Lauren too. To me, I think his mixtape game was more like there go. You know how we talk about certain artists' mixtapes are hotter than their albums type shit. I think Wale's one of
yeah.
them artists. Sure, I think his mixtapes are way better than his albums. But yeah, that album was dope. Let me continue. All right, y'all. So, like I said, there's 9 people who tuned in. Go ahead, Orly. Tell them what to do, bro. I'm tired of telling.
For the 9 people that's here, man, can y'all please wipe your feet at the door, leave us a like, give us a share, or give us a comment. Let us know that you in the building.
That's my brother. I appreciate you more than you know, G. So, next up, we that's the topic. So, last week I hit my bro up. I was like, man, what should we talk about on the 25th episode? Because usually when we get into the numerics numbers, like 5, 10, 15, 20, we just got a habit of doing countdowns. And this time I was like, we're going to do a different kind of countdown, but I wasn't trying to do a countdown this time. And he was like, bro, let's highlight maybe some unheard talent, you know, underground, as we can say, or non commercialized artists. And
Non-commercialized artists, yeah.
so, bro did his homework. I did my homework. And right now, what we're gonna do is highlight. He's gonna. I don't know how many bro's gonna highlight, but I found 5 artists that I'm gonna cover, and I'm gonna give y'all 2, 3 songs each of their from their catalog, and give y'all a chance to go listen to it, and y'all could come back and tell us what y'all think about our takes. Do we say they're
hmm
next up as far as like superstardom? I don't know, but it's artists that we like, and hopefully they do blow up. So maybe they look back on this and be like, they believed in us. You know what I mean? So before I
Yeah.
get into that, what made you come up with that? By the way, what made you just come up with this idea?
Well, there was a few artists um that I felt that I haven't heard like that. I would call them underground, but now we got a new term from uncommercialized artists and shit. So I wanted to like shed kind of that light on them individuals and see, do they got what it take to become a commercialized individual? Would they end up ever making that breakthrough? Are they ever gonna get there? Have they got there? Are they close? Have they almost made it? You know what I'm saying? Because there's
Yeah,
sometimes that too, like they almost is scratching the ceiling, and then they might let the ball go or the buzz kind of die down or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like it would be cool. Plus, um, uh, my oldest stepdaughter, she ended up putting me on game to a certain artist. So I ended up kind of looking into some of his catalog as well. And I'm gonna highlight him as well in this episode.
dope, dope. Shout out to your daughter for giving you suggestions, man. My daughter got
Yeah.
my Yeah, my daughter got my playlist with Panic. Well, it was my niece who put us up on it, but my playlist around Nobody is Panic at the Disco, Green Day, and what's the other one? Fallout Boys.
Okay. Yeah, I
But
like Fall Out Boys.
yeah, me too. So should I go first? You go first.
Como sea. However,
You
bro,
go
we
first.
could. I
You
could.
go
You
first.
want me? Okay, I'm gonna go for. I got you. I got you. All
You
right,
go
all
first.
right.
You
So
go
I'm gonna
first.
start with like how I kind of broke my shit down. I kind of got five as well, but I got two that I'm gonna kind of get in a little more depth than one. Not like I'm just gonna give you like a maybe like a album that you should check out from dude, just to kind of get your feet wet with him. Um, or two people, I'm gonna give you that, and then another dude I'm just gonna throw in there just because I've been hearing his name a lot, even before. Yeah, but we're gonna get straight to it. So I'm gonna get into like the more longer uh of the two. So there's one guy that I've been had my ear to for shit, maybe like since like 2016 sometime, bro. And this guy, his name is Eli Sostre. Elisostre. And he's born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, same Marcy houses is project houses is Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Infamous.
yeah, I thought that was fucking dope. Um,
Dope.
and he's released about I think he released like six full length albums, a 2016, a 2017, a 2019, a 2020, a 2022, and a 2024. So the 2016 is called Still Up All Night. The 2017 is Sleep is for the Weak. 2019 is Euros. 2020 is Imori. 2022 is SOS. And the 2024, which was like 6 months ago, was Fun Time USA. So out of like those tracks, or like out of those albums, um there was a couple tracks. Like the first album he had, Still Up All Night, is the name of the album. The name of a song on the album called Still Up All Night is pretty dope. Lou Pirelli's Passenger, Ain't Love Strange. And then for his 2017 hit, Sleep is for the Weak, he had New Addy, uh, Let You Go, Saving Face, Sleep is for the Weak. And then for the 2019, I didn't really hear nothing that popped out to me. I felt like he kind of like had a little decline. 2019, 2020. There was like one song that I liked off of his 2020 project called New Ops. Then 2022 was SOS. He had DMs on there and College Dropout. And on 2024, which was the Fun Time USA, he had Marcy Baby, Be Mine, Free 2, Gunpowder, and New Radius. And then were some songs that stood out on those certain projects or whatever. So yeah, go check dude out. He's been grinding for a minute. He kind of reminds me of somewhat of like a Bryson Tiller type of, he got like the harmony, he got like a higher pitch like sound. And he be doing the harmony, but he also be like flowing while he, you know what I'm saying, type shit. So yeah, he's pretty nice. He's decent. Definitely go check dude out. The second guy that I'm gonna get into is the one my daughter Tegan put me on to. Is this kid, bro? He's like 19 years old. A kid by the name of Ian. IAN. You know what I'm saying? Real basic. And he's based out of Dallas. He's born in St. Louis, Missouri. He began his music career in 2018. His early work consisted mostly of mixes featuring popular artists like Chief Keef, and he gradually transitioned into producing beats, right? So then in 2019, he focused on more of the music production and working behind the scenes with other artists. And then from 2020 to like 2022, he collaborated with underground artists, people that I never heard of, and I didn't even get a chance to look these people up. But there's this one person by like Isaiah Tigi, Baby Santana, and Slump Six or something. And he was like he was like a SoundCloud rapper. You know what I'm saying? That's where he kind of took the scene. 2023, he began releasing singles under his own name, gaining traction with tracks like Bad Habits, Ghost Ride, and then he had a breakout moment, a single called Figure It Out on 2024 of the summer, May. Then shortly after, he ended up releasing his debut mixtape, Valedictorian. And then he released like a deluxe edition the same year, but of July, so 2024 July, and it included like a viral hit, Magic Johnson. It went gold. Then 2024, he released his debut album, Goodbye Horses. And that's pretty much all I kind of like dug out from dude, but I could give you a couple songs that I thought were dope. On his mixtape, Valedictorian, Airbnb was cold to me. I liked that one. And that's probably like the only one I liked off of that mixtape. But off of the Goodbye Horses, that shit, he kind of got like a little feel like a Chief Keef type of, like, he be rapping off like those type of beat he rap off of, like, you remember like the old Gucci Man, like dun 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 dun, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm wasted type of beat, like production. That very orchestra, that type of production, bro. That's the type of production that he has. So but on Goodbye Horses, he had 3.5. I liked that song. I liked it, On the Floor, Out West, Shit Sad with Chief Keef, End Up Gone, Older, and Options. Those were the ones that stood out to me. So yeah, shout out to Tegan for sending me this guy to check out. He's pretty decent. Yeah, and he had just came to Madison about maybe like a couple weeks ago or some shit. We took her down there and she checked him out. So yeah, then his name is Ian, IAN, Ian. Yeah. His look definitely doesn't match what he's talking about, but if you didn't know what he looked like, you'd be like, bro, he going crazy. You know what I'm saying? He like some of the songs, like the songs that I
Yeah,
named, yeah, he's going in. You should check him out for sure.
most
Then
definitely.
Marlon
Hold on a second.
Craft.
Hold on a
Go
second.
ahead. Go for
Okay,
it.
for those who are tuning in, right now what we're doing is going back and forth. He's dropping his list of up and comers or undiscovered, non-commercialized artists that he discovered. I'll be doing the same. If y'all can suggest any new artists, put them in the comments. Drop them down below. We appreciate the engagement. Go ahead, my brother. Continue.
Yeah, and then there was Marlon Craft. He's based out of Manhattan, New York. And I'm just gonna tell you like to go check out like an album. You could go like deeper in his catalog, but there was like one album that he dropped that kind of was like a buzz. Like when he dropped it, it was like behind Jay-Z's 444 for like a day or something or two, and then it fell off, right? So it had a little traction. But the album was called Funhouse, and the tracks off of it that I thought or that stood out to me was Word to My Mother, Not Everybody, and Gang Shit. The Gang Shit, I think, got a Gang Shit got a video to it. Go check that shit out. It's pretty clever. And if even listen, if you're like one of those, you like to listen to music and kind of like visualize like the story or what the person's talking about, don't watch the video and just listen to the song. Um, yeah, for sure. And then go watch the video after. Um, and then that was all I had for bro. And then I had Mark Battles. We've mentioned them a few times on
Yeah,
this live stream on the Great Minds Think Alike. We mentioned them maybe about like three times or so. This is probably about the fourth time. Mark Battles. He's based out of Indiana. Just go check out his latest. Yep, the latest project that he has is an album. It's called Do Not Disturb. He dropped it in 2024. The whole album's fire. Just fucking click the little thing, click the album, and just let it play out. You ain't
that's
gonna be
dope. I'm
you
about
ain't
to
gonna
check
be
it
this.
out.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed. Um, and then the last dude we just talked about him a little bit earlier. Isaiah, they usually be on here. He ended up telling me about him a while back. I had heard about him even before that because Wiz had spoke about him. But Lil Tyler, he's based out of Tallahassee, Florida, and I'm still trying to like. I don't really care for Lil Tyler. I know that there's people that really, really like him. Um, I'm still trying to get into him, but he's buzzing. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been hearing about him for quite some time. I heard about him from maybe like three or four people, and then Wiz started talking about him even before they had the song together, maybe like a year or a year and a half before the song had got put together.
Okay.
Wiz was already talking about him when he did like the Drink Champs, like around there. That was even longer than probably a year and a half. That's probably like 2 years or more.
Yeah, that
Two
was about
years.
2 years ago.
So
Yeah, like two
yeah, he was
years.
talking about Lil Tyler around then. Then I heard other people talk about him, and I listened to him. I couldn't find something that I really, really like. But Wiz has a song with him called "Blindfolds" that they just
Yeah,
dropped,
I heard that.
and
I heard that today.
then Wiz ended up dropping when he was doing his freestyle and shit, and he's dropping all of these songs every week and shit. He did a freestyle off of Lil Tyler's song called Florida Boy. You know what I'm saying? That
One of the
that
freestyles of
beat.
recent.
Yeah, that one that he just dropped is called Florida Boy. Yup.
Okay,
That's Lil Tyler's song type shit. So yeah,
dope.
those are like the guys that I kind of had. Oh no, there's one more. There's one more actually. And this guy, he has been buzzing for a minute as well. Akeem Ali. Some people know him as Akeem Ali. Some people know him as Kenny Casanova. He's based out of Jackson, Mississippi. He got kind of like a 70s inspired R&B, soul, hip hop type
Okay.
of Mac Daddy, pimp. You know what I'm saying? Like he cold though.
He
That's his
sound
like
cold.
persona. Yeah, you definitely check dude out, and like he's very like uh he got metaphors for days, bro. He got a song called
So,
Indian Giver. Go check that song out. That was probably about the first song that I had ever heard from dude called Indian Giver. Then he has a song called Kimi Casanova, which he gets off of that one beat. You know that song that Nelly used to have? And your mom, how you doing? It's your son now. And pick up the mic and put the drugs down.
yep,
Remember
yep,
the beat? Doo,
yep.
doo,
That,
doo,
that was
doo, 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 doo.
that was off
Then he
Nellyville.
get yeah, he
That
getting
was off
it
Nellyville.
might have been off of Country Grammar, the last song off of Country Grammar, but I'm not sure. But it's an old school sample. Akeem Ali gets off of that. Kimi Casanova, he snaps on that. He has another
Yep.
couple songs that he just be going in, bro. Like he got a really fresh ass style. He real like just smooth. You know what I'm saying? So definitely go check dude out as well. And yeah, that's all I got for y'all.
For who's up next, we call it this segment. Let me show you right quick. Next up, that's what we calling up. So me, I'm gonna keep it. I went everywhere with this, but there's a few states that got more. How I say play for me. I start off with Latrell Deshawn out of Dallas, Texas. He
Ooh.
he he sounds like he's young, but he sounds like I won't say like the exact voice, but as far as the content and whatnot, remind me of a young Cuddy. Um,
Yeah, Latrell what?
Latrell Deshawn, Latrell Deshawn, dash on top and Sean
Yeah.
Sean from Dallas, Texas. Songs to check out: When I'm Alone, Hanging by a Thread, and Doja. Doja was the first song I heard, and that's what lured me to the other songs. He's been rapping for like 2 years, and he hasn't. I think that Doja probably his biggest hit so far, man. If y'all do want to check out a new artist, Latrell Deshawn out of Dallas, Texas. I also got
Nice.
Wolfface. I got Wolfface Joey. He gives me Tribe Called Quest meets damn. He gives me that Tribe Called Quest like Q-Tip vibes, but then with this new style, Wolfface Joy out of Staten Island, New York, legendary Wu-Tang Clan is from there. I keep saying clan is from there. Um, three songs to check out: Dallas, Cake, and WYA. Where you at? Um, let me
You
go
said
on. Young
cake?
Book, Cake. Yep. Then Young Book out of Atlanta, Georgia. Loyalty. I like HITV, which stands for Hoes in the Valley. And then What Happened to Atlanta. The reason I like that song and it stood out to me because I don't know who I was having this conversation with. I think it might have been with you or somebody, but I was like, man, we're 30 years removed from when Atlanta was like probably or 20 years removed from when Atlanta was really Atlanta people there. That place had so many people from the West Coast, Midwest, even from New York, all migrated to Atlanta where it's like this song, What Happened to Atlanta, he covers that. Like what happened to, damn near remember when you had the rappers calling the female shawty and shit like that? So I thought that
Mm-hmm.
was I thought that was a pretty dope song. And I think it brings an interesting conversation, like what did happen to Atlanta, right? But anyhow,
Right.
um, the last two I got Montana 700 from Dallas, Texas. And bro,
Mm,
when
I've
I
heard of
tell
him.
you, bro, he is nice, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. If there was a rapper from this generation, I was hoping that would give me Young Jeezy vibes, it was this guy. Bro, he reminded me so
Yeah.
much of Jeezy. Yes, bro. The songs to check out, Count 100. I think he even sampled Jeezy's beat on that. First I'm gonna cash my and then what? The then what beat on
Okay.
Count
Okay.
100, Pipeline, and Backdoor. And he's for I don't know, bro. He don't give me Dallas. He don't give me Texas vibes at all. He reminds me from a dude from Atlanta, he remind me of
Yeah.
Jeezy so much, bro. Yeah, bro. And I'm happy I came across it because I'm gonna keep my ear to him. If y'all didn't know, I'm a big Jeezy guy, man. And for those who still rocking with us, if you haven't, please give us a like, comment, subscribe, share. We appreciate all. Let me check out some comments before give out my last one. See someone comment right quick. Wolfface Joey. You peeped them
Face
out,
joke.
Nick? Yeah, bro. This week, I discovered him this week. He stood out to me. I'm gonna continue like again, just like Montana 700. Keep my ear to him or pay attention, pay more attention. My bad, y'all. I'm gonna get it together. I'm gonna get it together, y'all. Bear with me. I'm gonna grow with y'all. All right, the last person. The first time I heard of her, it was on a Fabulous featuring Jadakiss song, from New York to the World. Right, her voice stood out the gate, bro. She reminded me of Amy Winehouse, and I love Amy
Mm.
Winehouse, bro. I love, absolutely adore her. God rest her soul. And when I heard her, and you brought up this topic, it's crazy because when you play shit, continue to play some shit, it becomes like you like, let's say you put a song on, after two songs another song that you did listen to will pop up, and that song popped up, so I'm like, perfect, I'm gonna look her up. And I looked her up, and the songs I came up with is Stacy Chips, Where Are You, and my favorite out of her is Stupid. Check it
What's
out.
her
She's from
name?
Queen, Lexa Gates. She's from Queens, New York. Lexagates. Give her a chance. Y'all won't be disappointed, y'all. Um, she reminded me of Amy Winehouse. That's pretty cool. But that's it for me, man. We got 8 people tuned in. We appreciate everybody that commented, the people that like, the people that subscribe to us, all of that. As always, I'm gonna pass it to my bro, and he's gonna take it over. Let me check out this comment right quick, and I'm gonna
Yeah, we
let
got a
y'all.
comment. Yeah.
Let me check this comment out, and we out of here. Somebody dropped his name on Drink Traps. I think ASAP Rocky said him and Smokey. I used to listen to Smokey Margella, then him and A Boogie did Dallas. Face Joey's dope. Yeah, he is dope. I never, damn, you know what? I seen that Drink Champs. I didn't pay attention to that part. But Smokey Margella, I remember Young Jay, shout out, matter of fact, it's not Young Jay no more, it's Huncho Gang Jay.
So
Put
that
me on
Honcho
to
Gang Jay.
put me up on Smokey Margella. I like Smokey. I mean, I haven't heard him in years. It was like 2018, 2019 when I was listening to him. Yeah, man. Nick, man, I appreciate you, bro. For sure, I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna send you the link tomorrow or Sunday for we could get it together for next week, man. I look forward for that conversation. So go ahead, bro. I'm gonna let you take over, man.
All right, man. So yeah, man, we appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight, everybody that shared, everybody that liked, everybody that commented, everybody that subscribed. Um, yeah, man, we can't ask for more, man. Appreciate y'all, man. We had fun naming all of these artists. maybe I'm sure that some of y'all had heard of them because if y'all into music like that, I know y'all keep y'all ears to the streets. So y'all was like,
For
man, I
sure.
already know about those people. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, definitely, I thought that some of these guys definitely had shine some light on them. So yeah, I ended up saying Ellie Stress, Ian, um, Marlon Craft, Mark Battles, Lil Tyler, No Said Latrell Deshawn, Wolfface Joey, Young Book,
Yep.
yep, Young Book,
Yep.
Montana 700, and Lexa Gates. So I'll
Lex
definitely go and
Gates.
check those people out. If you haven't heard them, go check them out. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. It's been another episode of Great Minds Think Alike. Uh, Check us out next week, Thursday, and every Thursday at 7 p.m. We're gonna have a special guest, Nick Daniels, with us. We're gonna be talking about Nipsey Hussle. So yeah, definitely tune in. And we'll see y'all next Thursday, 7 p.m. Peace.
Peace. We out.